In the shadows of an industry built on smoke, steel, and the roar of gasoline engines, a quiet tremor began to shake the foundations of the automotive world. Not with thunder, but with whispers. With doubt. With the fragile spark of an idea that almost no one believed in. This is not the version of Tesla's story polished for headlines or wrapped in glossy magazine covers. This is the story buried beneath the surface, carved through betrayal, collapse, obsession, hardship, and the relentless determination of people who refuse to let the future die. To understand Tesla's rise, you must first understand its graveyard. At the start of the 2000s, the world was shackled to oil. The EV1, the only successful modern electric car at the time, had been pulled off the road, recalled, and crushed. Innovation was smothered in minutes. Electric cars were declared dead. Silicon Valley was recovering from the dot-com crash. Investors were terrified of big dreams. Anything that demanded a leap of faith was dismissed as dangerous fantasy. Yet in a small Los Angeles workshop, two engineers, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, were quietly questioning everything. They had no factories, no political backing, no supply chain, and no automotive legacy. Just a belief that gasoline cars were outdated, inefficient, and destined to be replaced. Electric cars, they thought, had never truly been given a fair chance. They believed lithium-ion batteries, fragile laptop cells, could be reimagined into something far more powerful. Most experts called the idea absurd. Automakers mocked it. Investors turned them away. But impossibility has always been the birthplace of disruption. Pitch after pitch failed, until one meeting changed everything. Elon Musk, newly wealthy from the sale of PayPal, fascinated by humanity's survival, and obsessed with the future of energy, listened to their idea. He challenged it, questioned it, tested it, and beneath the surface, something clicked. Musk had already considered starting an electric car company. Tesla offered the foundation he needed. He invested, and with that investment, Tesla Motors was born. But Tesla's biggest enemy was not Ford, GM, or Toyota. It was physics. The plan was bold: assemble thousands of lithium-ion cells into one stable, high-performance battery pack. No company had ever attempted anything remotely similar. Early prototypes failed. Cells overheated, erupted, and exploded. Transmissions shattered. Control systems malfunctioned. Tesla burned through money at an alarming rate. Suppliers refused to work with them. Even some engineers doubted the mission. And yet, inch by inch, the Roadster began to take shape. It was unlike any electric car the world had seen: silent, sleek, powerful. A quiet revolution wrapped in carbon fiber. In 2006, Tesla unveiled the Roadster prototype in Santa Monica. It stunned the audience. But behind the applause, the company was cracking. Costs skyrocketed, deadlines slipped, and pressure mounted. Tensions grew between Musk and Eberhard. The board grew uneasy. Something had to change. Eberhard was removed as CEO. Quietly, suddenly. To some inside Tesla, it felt like a betrayal. To others, it felt inevitable. Musk stepped into leadership, ushering in a new, more intense era. But leadership alone could not save Tesla from what came next. In 2008, the global financial crisis struck. Credit evaporated. Orders were canceled. Investors fled. Tesla was days from bankruptcy. Lights were dimmed to save money. Salaries were delayed. Entire teams feared layoffs. Musk himself was nearly broke after supporting both Tesla and SpaceX. On Christmas Eve 2008, with just hours left before Tesla collapsed entirely, Musk secured emergency funding. Tesla survived, barely. But survival was only the beginning. The Roadster proved electric cars could be thrilling, but Tesla needed something more, a car that could truly change the world. Musk envisioned a luxury electric sedan, long-range, high-performance, futuristic in every detail. This car became the Model S. It required new engineering, new manufacturing, and a new factory. Tesla purchased the abandoned Newey plant, once a giant of American manufacturing, and transformed it into a cutting-edge of production center. The first Model S prototypes shocked critics. They were fast, elegant, and far more advanced than anything on the market. When the Model S launched in 2012, it became one of the most acclaimed cars ever built. It broke safety records. It earned unmatched reviews. It silenced skeptics. And for the first time in nearly a century, a new automaker rose to challenge the giants of Detroit. But success was only fuel for the next challenge. Tesla now needed scale, massive scale. More factories. More batteries. More innovation. Musk unveiled a vision of gigafactories, enormous battery and vehicle plants capable of supporting a global revolution. He imagined a world where Tesla would produce not thousands of cars, but millions. However, the world needed something Tesla still didn't have: affordability. A mass-market car. Something ordinary people could buy. Something that would force the entire automotive industry to evolve. And so, Tesla announced the Model 3. What followed was unprecedented. Hundreds of thousands of reservations poured in. People lined up outside Tesla stores in the early morning hours. The Model 3 became one of the most anticipated vehicles in history. But anticipation comes with pressure, and pressure became Tesla's greatest adversary. As production began, Tesla entered what Musk called production hell. Robots malfunctioned. Automation failed. Assembly lines jammed. Parts were late or unusable. Workers slept on the factory floor. Musk lived inside the factory, refusing to leave until the crisis was solved. Tesla burned cash at a perilous rate. Analysts predicted bankruptcy. Short sellers attacked the company, betting billions against its survival. Yet slowly, painfully, Tesla fought its way out. Engineers redesigned assembly lines. Musk ordered a temporary factory built under a giant outdoor tent, a move the industry mocked until it worked. Model 3 production stabilized. Vehicles shipped. Customers received their cars. Tesla climbed out of the abyss once more. And when the dust settled, the Model 3 became the best-selling electric vehicle in the world. But Tesla's challenges did not end there. Autopilot accidents sparked controversy. Lawsuits emerged. Regulators questioned the company's pace of innovation. Competitors awakened. Governments wrestled with how to manage a company moving faster than legislation could keep up with. Tesla wasn't just a car company anymore, it was a force reshaping energy, transportation, and political conversation worldwide. Yet amid every storm, Tesla continued expanding. Gigafactories rose in Nevada, Shanghai, Berlin, and Texas. Production scaled from thousands of cars a year to hundreds of thousands. The company that once nearly died became one of the most valuable automakers in history. The untold rise of Tesla is not a smooth narrative. It is a story forged in chaos. A story of near bankruptcy, internal conflict, public doubt, and impossible expectations. A story of failures that almost crushed the company and breakthroughs that reshaped an industry. Tesla is not perfect. It has stumbled, struggled, and polarized the world. But it has also proved something undeniable. The future of transportation no longer belongs to gasoline. The world that once laughed at electric cars is now racing to build them. Nations are phasing out combustion engines. Automakers are shifting entire strategies. The revolution, once dismissed, has become inevitable. And whether you love Tesla, doubt Tesla, or question its leadership, one truth is clear: the company changed the world long before the world realized it was changing. This is not simply the story of a car company. It is the story of defiance, of persistence, of risking everything: money, reputation, sanity, to drag the future into the present. It is the story of what happens when vision refuses to bow to fear. And as long as Tesla continues to push boundaries, this story remains unfinished. If you've watched this far, you're exactly the kind of mind we built this channel for. If you want more deep dives into the untold stories behind the companies, the empires, and the innovations shaping our world, make sure you subscribe. Hit like if this documentary opened your eyes. Comment below, do you believe Tesla's rise was destiny, or a miracle built on impossible risks? And turn on notifications, because the next chapter in this story is already unfolding.